Hey everybody, it's Mark Yagi. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another Market Pulse, and it is time for that to go. And we are green right now. Today is the 24th. That's what I delayed there. Anyway, I hope you're having an awesome week. It's green for the second week in a row. Actually, it's getting a bit late in the game here for the green market. So hopefully you got involved last week. Uh, when everything was fertile, even though it didn't feel fertile. Let me do some quick sharing so I can show you what the heck I'm talking about here. Come on, screen. All right, here we go. All right, so let me run through these real quick. Let's start here with, sorry, this is a presentation I just did. So let's start here with the NASDAQ. So you can see the NASDAQ had a beautiful V-shaped bottom. V-shaped bottoms, frankly, aren't beautiful, but this one is because look at all the gap ups on energy that we had. And then we have an all-time high going on the NASDAQ. And if you remember this period of time, it was like 6, 7, 8 weeks of down and below the 50-day moving average until finally everything got fixed up. And now we're leading. The techs are leading again. It's been a while. But we are now back up over this high and now at a new high, 24,730 on the NASDAQ. Interesting, right? The S&P 500 looks very much the same, but consolidating a little bit here at the all-time highs as well. Pretty cool. The Dow, not so good though, right? The Dow's kind of not all the way up to its highs. Pretty good. At least it's above the 50 in the 8-day moving average. That's really good. But just not as good as the other two indexes that I just talked about. And the New York Stock Exchange making a little bit of a handle on the bottom of this cup. Not bad. Bounced off the 50-ish yesterday and strong. So we got four strong indexes. They're not at all-time highs, but life is not always at an all-time high either. All right, Tesla, you could see they had numbers yesterday. They did okay on numbers. I mean, 52% growth is great. Just it was kind of what I heard was a lackluster call. I didn't listen in on this one, but it was just kind of lackluster. Look, the game is being changed at Tesla. It's gone from a car company, which is what everybody thought it was, even though I still believe it's a tech company, to now kind of an automated AI company, right? They've got XAI, they've got Teslas, but Teslas are really the delivery vehicle for automated self-driving. They've got robo taxis, blah, blah, blah. And all these, there's a bunch of shifts going on at Tesla. So it's really, in my opinion, kind of becoming a new company. But like any new company, it's having its struggles, and you can see it on the chart. Bounced up to the 50 a couple of weeks ago, and it couldn't hold it. Now it's back down. We'll see what happens with it. But right now, it's a little bit weak. You can see relative strength is dropping. This is not certainly a thing to buy until there's some strength. I do have a little bit of it, though, I will say. CBOE volatility index, the VIX. The VIX is back down around the 200-day moving average, so the panic is coming out of the market. NVIDIA, if you've been watching Market Pulse, I've been telling you, keep an eye on NVIDIA and look at what's happened in the last couple of weeks. Big V-shaped bottom, hammer candle on the weekly, not on the daily, but really nice motion on the upside. Now, what we're looking for is this 212.19 spot on the chart. That's the breakout area. We need a candle like this to happen at the breakout spot. Not, it's fine that it's early and it's decent volume, but it's not great. We want to have huge volume at its all-time high. And I suppose we're going to get that. We'll see. Apple, I've been talking about this one too. Like, I think there's something going on at Apple. I think there's a new CEO coming in. He's an AI guy, or he claims to be a big AI fan. Apple is doing well, coming up the right side of this chart, 821 positive over the 50. Needs to get over this 276 and stay over the 276. Hopefully on volume, we'll see. Okay. Broadcom is right at a breakout, a little failed breakout going on right now, but not the end of the world. Probably going to take another run at this, but you want to see better volume at the breakout than what's going on at Broadcom. Microstrategy, you forgot about this one, didn't you? Look at this one. This thing's up almost 70% this year from the bottom. See the bottom here at 104, and now the stock's at 170. So, we forgot about it. We take them off our watch lists. And this has had some good volume here on energy, but a little gap up. A lot of good stuff going on at Strategy, obviously tied to Bitcoin, but I like what they're doing there with their preferred stock strategy at Strategy. iShares Bitcoin Trust, see, you can see it's not quite up as much as Microstrategy is. This tracks the Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is up doing well. But MicroStrategy is really a leverage play in Bitcoin, and interesting stuff. All right, Amazon is at a breakout, so keep an eye on Amazon. I like what's going on there. They're laying off people, saving money. They're moving a lot of things to AI, saving money, getting more efficient. Amazon really knows what they're doing. They're just a big blob company now, but big blobs kind of go down the street and absorb everything that's in their way. And Amazon is doing that. So it is breaking out right now. So either get involved or keep an eye on that. Alphabet, kind of setting up for a similar thing, coming up the right side of a cup. Might make a little handle here. I think it will at 340. And then after it does that, then 340 is probably your buy point. If not, then we make a nice cup pattern all the way up to 350. But anyway, first stage base, early stage stuff. This is really good. And they are like, it's funny what's going on with Alphabet. Every time somebody at Claude, Anthropic is the company, comes out with something, Alphabet just kind of gives it away. And so they are trying to play the long game, and I think they have amazing products. Um, and they're going to try to outlast these other guys that all have to raise money to stay in the AI game. Micron Technology, I talked to you about this one. It bottomed a few weeks ago after having decent earnings, but just a sell off on those earnings. Hammer candle here at the bottom, built the right side of this little V-shaped recovery, and now it's kind of on a little breakout from this 455 or 471 area if you want to use that a bit more aggressive Jarvis box. AMD, this is in a breakout. Broke out 5, 6 days ago. Textbook breakout on volume. Came back and kind of touched it on the low volume, and it just keeps climbing higher. Now it's above the sell zone, but you can't sell this one just yet because there's too much relative strength going on. It's at 193% of its average daily volume on today's candle. AMD looks super strong, and I think it's strong on some earnings from Intel. Intel looks the same, but it broke out at 54. It's already at $82. It's a pretty strong breakout. I think it's what, a 60% move. It's up 23% just today. So a lot of strength in semiconductors. Obviously, the AI play is in play, and that's what's going on there. United Health Group coming up the right side of a very long, wide consolidation. It needs a lot of strength, had some good strength going up there, but it needs the strength at the breakout at 381. We'll see what happens with that sector. Him and Hers Health needs a life preserver. If you look at this chart, you know that you shouldn't be in it, but it's now coming up the right side, but it needs a lot. This is a lot of selling on volume, especially right in here. It needs a lot of work to be able just to get back to a 50-day moving average. But it might get that. It looks like the company's kind of turned their story around a bit. And that kind of thing. I don't want to end on that one. SoFi, there's a bunch of people on YouTube that talk about how great this company is until you look at the chart. You look at the chart, it's topped out at 32.79. It's basically just above half of that. And that's not so good, right? Like this, you could tell this is a lousy chart, sell-offs on volume, a lot of red candles. Yeah, it's trying to come up the right side and it's at least above the 50-day moving average, but boy, there's a lot of overhead volume. A lot of people that want to sell here that wish they had, and when they say to themselves, you know what, if I get another chance, I'm going to sell when that one goes back up. That's what's going on with SoFi. I don't think it's touchable yet. Robinhood, same kind of thing. Looks like the same chart, doesn't it? There's a lot of competition in this business, and Robinhood, while everything seems to be okay, obviously the street doesn't like it, and that's why there's been a sell-off from 153 all the way down to 80, almost a 50% correction in Robinhood. Gold, GLD, we had that big move up to 509, and now we're at 433. So that was a tough ride down. A couple of gap downs on volume there, but now there's not a lot going on. It's just kind of consolidating under the 50. I think we're printing money to finance this war and printing money to finance, this government spending that nobody seems to care about, especially in our government. But that all takes debt. And when that takes debt, that means we're printing money. That money goes into things like gold and silver and Bitcoin and real estate and all the hard assets. So I think we're getting a little consolidation here before another possible move higher. But this is not viable until it gets over the 50-day moving average on strength. So With that said, we're in a green market still. We're a bit long in the tooth on the green market, so be careful. But anyway, listen, there's a lot more things to worry about than money. But anyway, hope your money is doing well and hope you're doing well. And as always, I want to thank you for joining me here on the Market Pulse. I'll see you next week. Take care.